Now, let's go to Lucid Press. Now, Lucid Press, again, is meant to be a digital flyer, brochure, advertising material generation tool. Works the same basic way. You'll notice that the interface, or how it looks on both, isn't really that much different. We have the same type of menus, the same type of layout, all of that stuff. That's a good thing because you're not learning something new or really complicated here. Works the same way as Lucid Chart. A lot of stuff is drag and drop based. By that I mean I'm going to click on this picture. You'll notice you see my alignment lines pick up. There they are again, just like in the other program. And even the text is drag and drop. So you don't have to worry about the text wrapping issues that you run into with either Google Docs or using Microsoft Office, where it kind of moves the text around and it's really frustrating because you can't understand how what formatting is happening in the background, and it's messing up your text and you get really angry. Here you don't have that issue because everything is just text box based, shape based. It's all drag and drop the same way Microsoft Publisher was. So here I've got my basic brochure. I set up a background with a gradient. And then I put in some shapes. So all of these right here, these little placemats, they're shapes that I grabbed from over here on the side, right here, and brought them on over. Also, I have some pictures here. Now, pictures, you can grab them from Google Drive, and it allows you to pull them from there, or you can also upload them into your Lucid Press folder that you have on their servers. And it is kind of nice because you have a few options. First of all, you can upload a whole bunch of photos at once. So I went online, I found some images that I wanted to use. I downloaded the 6 of them here and I uploaded them 6 at a time. Nice, you don't have to do 1 at a time, which is kind of a pain. Also, it has the ability to share images. So if I go in here and look, some of the students that are already using this is some of the images that they've pulled in. So looks like we've got somebody doing a report on Gabby Douglas. Looks like we've got maybe something to do with geography. These would be people that are in our domain or in ISD 186 that are using this. And then also looks like we have something on the United States, Chicago specifically, and the Sears Tower. And also polar bears. You can use those or not use those, it doesn't really matter. Finally, the coolest thing is Google search. I don't need to go to Google to actually find the images and download them, so on and so forth. I can just go directly in here, type in my subject, and all of a sudden I get a whole bunch of Google images and I can select the ones that I want to use. So very, very, very quick to get the images that you want. And then once they're in, they're all resizable and movable, and I can rotate them. So if for some reason I wanted it upside down, or I wanted to look scrapbooky so I could put it on the side, I can do all of that really easily. Also, you notice in my text boxes here that I have your traditional lorem ipsum in here. But in this one, with at vero, it continues on down here to eos et. The words cut off here and connect down. That's why I have this blue line. So you have the ability to put images in between. Now, beyond that, you also have the ability, you'll notice the YouTube icon right here. I can embed a video too. So all I need is the URL from that video, and it will embed on top of my brochure. So when it's in its electronic form, I can go through and I can have actually embedded videos, which is a lot more interesting than just static images, to show in my quote-unquote brochure. Very cool stuff. And delete that out of there. With the graphics, you have all of your options over here. So adjusting the graphics, putting if you want a border around it, if you want to have it somewhat transparent. Also the layering options, so you look and it stacks everything as a new layer the same way Adobe Photoshop does if you've used that before, or if you've used Pixlr, it works the same way. And then you also have some of the styling tools that you'll find in more of a word processor type editor, so it works very well. Now, when is this done, what do we do with it? You have the same options as Lucid Chart, where you can go up and you can publish it. So if I click up here to publish, it's going to ask me, okay, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to share it out to people? And that's via email, so I could put in a teacher's email address in here. I could publish it just online. Now this is when this happens, it's going to go with a Lucid Chart URL or web address, because it's going to always be hosted in their servers. Or I can embed it in something else. So for instance, if I'm doing a report, or maybe I have a PowerPoint presentation, I could actually embed this and stick it right on there. It works pretty well for that as well, because you get to choose what size that you'd like to have it, whether you want it huge and taking up the whole page or just a small part. And then finally, if I go back up here to File, remember that you have to do Save. Make a copy allows you again to set something up as a template and share it out and have kids have some of the basics there where they just start filling things in, if you don't want kids starting with just a blank white sheet. And then you also have these two, download as and export to Google Drive. So if I do download as, here we go again, I have PDF, just like Lucid Chart, PNG or JPEG. Okay, and then if I click out of that and I go back up to export to Google Drive, same thing. I can have it stay in my Google Drive. So if I wanted to export it, this is how, as a teacher, I would request students to do it. I'd have them export it to their Google Drive as a PDF, and then I'd have them share it with me so that I could see it and I could grade it, and then if we needed to look at it on the screen in the front of the class, we could do that. So that's Lucid Press, online free shareable version of Microsoft Publisher, essentially, where the kids can work anywhere on it since it's browser based. Oh, one last thing down here, these buttons. So you can make these things interactive where they can have animations, or clicking on them can take you other places like links, essentially turning the images into buttons. And then comment mode. Again, if you have the kids share directly through Lucid Press, teachers can comment on things, drafts of work, or even do grading within this without actually having to go to the Google Drive and then share step. I haven't tried this out totally to see how well it works when you have a whole class full of individuals using this. So it'd be interesting to see how that works. But that's another option besides Google Drive. So that's Lucid Press and Lucid Chart, two awesome Chrome apps that you can embed in your Google Drive and make them part of your regular Google Drive, and you can have kids do that as well very easily without having them sign up for more accounts and remember more passwords. So if you have any comments or questions, please let me know. Or put them down in the comment section of the blog post and let others know how you're using Lucid Press and Lucid Chart.